Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Bumper here, back with a new video today. And today, lo and behold, out of the norm for the channel, we've got a Vinegar Syndrome haul, okay? So one of the last videos I'd done was the halfway to Black Friday haul. But then not long after that, they followed it up with the subscriber week haul. So during that week, you can subscribe, but it's obviously only for half a year because we're in August, so you can sign up for the back end 6 months. And they also do a sale, and they put different items on sale every day, just to sort of keep your interest going over the week. So I always end up buying some stuff. I say I won't because I do my load on the sale, but then this one comes round, there's always one or two bits that are too good to turn down. So yeah, we got some more. So I have been on holiday. I did say I was going to start posting more regularly, and I did mean it, but then I forgot I was going on holiday, so I've been away for you know, best part of 2 weeks. I only went on holiday for a week, but I had 2 weeks off work, so just been chilling. However, this came and I was away, so it had, like, you don't want your holiday to go fast, but you also want to get home to receive your Vinegar Syndrome parcel. However, it didn't do anything to affect my holiday. I had a great time. Alright then, so as usual, on Bumper's Movies, we've overindulged a little bit. We've got quite a few bits and bobs. Some of it old, some of it new, some of it with slips, some of it without. Like I said, same old sketch really. But here we go then. So first up, first pack out the bag. I'm not going to do anything strategic with this. We're just going to get straight into it. Camera's wobbling a bit, so sorry about that. So I'm going to use an ironing board for your your table. Alright, there's the first one up there. Now I'm going to get this one, and I wasn't really collecting Vinegar Syndrome when it first came out, so I had no chance of getting the slipcover regardless. But in the end, I picked it up. It was so cheap. I think it was like 75% off. So Drop Dead Fred. So our American buddies don't like this film. Master Chaos says it's awful. I know Dead Pit Radio says it's awful, but it must be the British humour because I love it. Obviously I love Rick Mail, God rest his soul, and Phoebe Cates is cool as well. So Rick Mail's her imaginary friend. She gets rid of him during her teenage years, but he comes back then when she's sort of starting work and being under a load of stress. And yeah, it's just hilarious really, like what I think it is anyway. So I have got the DVD. I missed it on the slipcover of this. Like I said, I wasn't really collecting Vinegar Syndrome, so I was never going to get it. I think it had a Blu-ray over years since as well, but I still didn't pick it up. But in the end, 75% off, so like £6 or whatever, I had to do it. It's region locked, which sucks a bit because it's a British film. You would think it would be multi-region, but unfortunately not. Anyway, so enough waffle, Drop Dead Fred. I'll try and get into the flow after not doing a video for a while. Alright then, so this one, again, I'm a bit gutted with this one because I could have got the slipcover easy enough. I could have bought it in maybe the last 4 or 5 sales when I've, you know, bought loads of stuff, but I never did. And the slipcover went, and it was running out of stock for standard, so I grabbed it. Death Promise, okay? So I don't know too much about this movie, although I have heard it's pretty good. Like, you don't get a lot of YouTubers reviewing the back catalogue of Vinegar Syndrome, but Master Chaos has done a video where he goes right through the entire catalogue. Obviously it's not up to date now because it's about 2 years old, but if you're interested in the back catalogue, then he's usually one you can trust, and he said this is decent. So this is multi-region, so we're all good there with multi-region. Looks like it's got some some shit karate in it, so that's a box ticked for me. It says a genre blending grindhouse classic that perfectly embodies the mid-70s NYC lensed exploitation film aesthetic. Alright, so yeah, I'm all over that then. This is going to be one of the first ones I watch. Yeah, I might get that one done pretty damn quick. So anyway, Death Promise. No slipcover, unfortunately. This one, I never really had much of a chance of a slipcover with this one either because it's such an old one. But it did come on the Vinegar Syndrome Media Club, that's a mouthful, thing where you can get it with points, but it just went before I had a chance. Anyway, I don't know anything about this movie whatsoever. Sacta Sinistra, or Bloody Sact. So it looks like it looks Italian straight away. Like sounds Italian, probably like a horror giallo. So multi-region. So if you did want to check it out, you're okay in the UK. I always go to the second paragraph on the Vinegar Syndrome. Is the best for reading out on this. A diamond in the rough of early 80s Euro horror. The 72-year-old filmmaker Ignacio F. Inquino's Sacta Sinistra barely saw any kind of release outside of his native Spain, so it's Spanish, despite liberally borrowing plot elements from Rosemary's Baby with touches of The Exorcist. Alright then, so we have a possession movie then, sounds awesome again. Of course that looks Spanish, I don't know why I thought it was Italian, although you know, whatever, tomato. But yes, Actor Sinestro. I'm going to be watching that one soon. So I can see I got a couple of slip covers in here that I ordered. I should have got the films really, I guess. It would have been more thin. But you've got to be careful with these anyway when you pop them open, because they're so thick. You've got to do it with a bit of a knack. So I'm going to just show you them flat. So that's Extra 3. So I've had Extra for a long time. Didn't have a slip cover with it. One of the first Vinegar Syndrome movies I bought. It was in one of my first ever big hauls anyway. So it's pretty cool. It's a bit like Predator really. Like his Extras against all the army people like in the woods. But yeah, it's not like Predator either. But yeah, so, but this slip cover is wicked. Like you've got the character there, the alien. And then the side would be nice there. Watch the skies, and it's all like embossed or spot gloss, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so that's a media club, and I tell you what, I'm a little bit pissed because it haven't got the. Oh, I tell you what, I was going to say it haven't got the media club Vinegar Syndrome logo, but it wasn't media club. This one, this was a re-released slipcover to try and sell the last few copies of the standard they got. Sorry, yeah, this was a reissued one. So yeah, still wicked though. And then another reissued one. This is one of my favourite films on Vinegar Syndrome, one of my favourite trashy films ever. Anyone I recommend it to says it's absolute shit, you want your head red. So, you know, Night Beast. Look at this for a slipcover. Whoosh. Look at the back now when I show you the back. If you have the guts, he wants them. Yeah, boy. There we are then. So yeah, that's a like a redone slipcover. Like a new one to go with an old film, just because obviously usually I bet when they have like 300 or 400 copies left they can't shift, they do these slip covers to try and get rid of them, and there's a lot of people who already got them without slips like me who buy them individually. Now the funny thing is you couldn't buy the slips individually for the Pedro Galindo Jr. films, Don't Panic and all. You could only buy them if you bought the standard release as well. I didn't get that, and I already had the standard release, so I didn't buy any of them basically, but hey ho. But anyway, that's Night Beast. And then this one is a membership one. I got this one with my points. Pretty good, the point system. Hard to get the points up unless you're the highest tier member and you get like ×5 multiplier or whatever. But during the subscriber week, you get like 5 times the points. And because I'm a highest possible member, I get like, I think it's like 5 times as well, or maybe 3 times. So I'm getting like 8 times the points. So, you know, I got this hat and all that, like 1,500 points. And these slipcovers are 1,500, which is quite a lot. But my points were racking up. I was so close. I was 40 points off getting another one to go with another film, Double Exposure. But I had to draw the line. Like I didn't want to spend any more money. And I just, it sounds stupid, but sometimes you have just got to draw a line because you're always close to something and you like, you know what I mean? So anyway, enough waffle. Blood Hook, wicked film. Really the same as the cover, really. Not much difference on the slip cover to the normal cover. Then there's the back then. So wicked film, like comedy horror, about this monster in the lake, like with this fishing competition. So yeah, worth a watch if you've never seen it. Blood Hook. Alright, so that's the first pack done. So in there we had a couple of standard non-slip covers, and we had obviously slip covers that we had separately. So this pack now, I did buy quite a few VSAs because I've been a bit behind with the VSAs. I didn't buy them all because I'm fed up with the Asian cinema that they keep churning out. Don't get me wrong, I love Chinese films, love Cat 3, love Korean movies, love J-horror, love K-horror. But you know, when they how do I say, like when Vinegar Syndrome are delving into the depths, like the barrels looking for movies, you know, I'm not really looking for the ones from Hong Kong or thing. You want the American ones and the British ones you might have had a chance of seeing in the VHS store back in the day. But still, whatever, like a bit of everything for everyone, there's no drama. Always worked well with Vinegar Syndrome. Don't think about those content creators doing these videos and they pack it up. Alright then, so let's have a look then. So straight away then, anyone who watches Bumpers movies might think to themselves, well, I seem to get this one in a haul a long time ago. They might not mind. I tell you what, this is, I'll tell you the story now. So anyway, first of all, this Creature, or used to be known as Titanfall, right? Amazing slipcover. A couple of bits of spot glossing on the nails and the eyes. Absolutely awesome, and on the spine. Alright, so this is just an alien rip-off, nothing too major. It used to be called Titanfall to all the ones who grew up in the 70s and the 80s. It's been sleeping peacefully on a moon of Saturn for 2,000 centuries until now. So this is region locked, unfortunately, so if you did want it, you do have to have a region-free Blu-ray player. So anyway, quick story behind this one is my buddy Trev, over at Double Bill Movies, he's always wanted this one. He's not a big Vinegar Syndrome fan, but ever since I can remember talking to him, he's always said, oh, like, I'd like Creature from Vinegar Syndrome, and Vinegar Syndrome are buggers in a way, because they only ever let you order one copy of a film, or sometimes two, it depends. So I could never really get it for him. And then it was his birthday one day and I had watched this, so I just gave him mine in the end, like, because I'd seen it. I don't like letting my Vinegar Syndrome stuff go, but I thought there's still loads in stock, I'd just get it again. And boy, I tell you what, I've never done this before, but this was the last one with the slipcover. I went on to check the stock when it was up on the sale, the 75% off or whatever, and it said with slipcover 1. So I grabbed it as quick as I can, because if I'd missed a slipcover on this, I would have been fucking pissed, because I put it off because I'd seen it. I was like, I'll just get it next time, there's plenty of stock, and to push it to that, like, it's just silly. But I got it, creature, and that's the last one with the slipcover of Vinegar Syndrome. So I noticed my man Ken over at Mid-Level Media in America just got this one in on his haul, and he didn't get a slipcover, so get it, Trev. Get it, Ken, I got your last one. So this one is actually on a Degussa label. Now, I don't buy a lot of shot on video stuff. I know my man Bryn over at Horror Hands, he really likes shot on video stuff and whatever, but this one is like I suppose like a cult one, like, or one of the, like, if you surveyed 100 people and name was shot on video horror, they probably tell you this one. So I wanted to get it, see what it's all about. Anyway, so it's Redneck Zombies. Again, this was really running out of stock, and I'd been tempted to buy it a few times, so I would have felt like a fool if I didn't end up getting a slipcover. Embossed everywhere, or spot gloss, whatever, all over the place, as you expect with Vinegar Syndrome. Absolutely lush, lovely colours, yellows and greens. The side looks amazing, fair play. Then you've got that image on the back, amazing. So like I said, it's shot on video, so I wouldn't expect anything too amazing, but still a good laugh. I'd love to do, like, this must have been a dream for some people back in the day, to be in these. Like, you go to like a little town in America or whatever, and it'd be like, oh, we need 30 of the local town folk to be in a film. I bet it'd be a wicked buzz, fair dues. So anyway, so multi-region. And yeah, if you want me to read what it says, in one of the first shot on and released direct-to-video features, Degussa Video is proud to present the Blu-ray debut of Redneck Zombies from Special FX Wiz Pericles? God, I've never seen that name before. Pericles Looms. It looks like he worked on Toxic Avenger 2 and 3 and Shatter Dead. Shot with barely a budget and almost entirely on weekends, the film delivers scares, laughs, and better than expected gore, sourced from the highest quality tape master. Feast your eyes on this banquet of flesh. So this will go next to Ice as the only other Degussa one I got. I think I was going to get the Ripper with Tom Savini, but everyone tells me how horrendous it is, so I haven't got that one. So anyway, yeah, so that's from Degussa, that's Redneck Zombies. This one, I gotta be fair, I may have passed it up if I wasn't an avid collector of the label, because it looks a bit boring, but you never know, do you? So this is called The House Where Death Lives. So yeah, I don't know, I say it looks boring, I suppose it's traditional, it looks traditional. Again, all your spot glossing on the spine, nice design on the woman there, yellow and red, because people who collect these, when you put them up next to each other, you will notice that they do them in all different colours, and some of them look mint, like that one's a cool one, red with the yellow. Here's the back. And then, so it used to be called Delusion by the looks, so there's a thing. That looks a bit more familiar to me, but I'm not sure. So it's from 1981, so all the legends were born in 1981. Region locked, unfortunately, so you need the region free player. So let's give it a quick spill. An unjustly obscure early slasher made while the genre was still discovering and established its key tropes, Alan Beattie's The House Where Death Lives offers a twisted murder mystery which bridges the more nuanced and character-driven thrillers of the 70s with the stalker slash structure of the early 80s. Alright then, so a bit of a mix of a 70s stalker and slash and an 80s slasher. Alright then, so yeah, happy days. Might be alright, who knows, if anyone's seen it you could say in the comments, but either way I'll watch it. So The House Where Death Lives. Alright then, this one was in the sale again, one I've not really passed up, I wouldn't say, because it hasn't been out for years and years, but it's probably been out about 18 months now, maybe 2 years, so I finally grabbed it anyway. So it's called Arnold. I've heard good things about this, actually. People say it's quite good. Again, it probably wouldn't have been one I would have jumped at straight away, but yeah, you need the word of mouth with Vinegar Syndrome. You know, any Vinegar Syndrome collectors out there who are watching this, you know, if you've come across a good one, put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, do a review on YouTube, a short, let people know, because that's how the world goes round with Vinegar Syndrome. Like, you know, we need to know the ones we should be watching. So yeah, you've got your nice thing there. That spine looks nice there with the white, but there's no Vinegar Syndrome label on that side. So this looks like some sort of fantasy horror. I tell you, I enjoyed Unmasking the Idol, and it looks a bit like that. So with a stacked cast of Hollywood legends, including Norman Stewart, Stella Stevens, Elsa Lancaster, Roddy McDowall, and Farley Granger. Okay, so that's a stacked cast of Hollywood legends, but I've only ever heard of Roddy McDowall. Among others, Arnold is a glorious nod to the old dark house chillers so popular during the golden age of Hollywood. Oh, so that's pretty cool. It might have a bit of Hammer vibes, Universal Monster vibes. When was it made? 1973. It's region locked again, unfortunately, so you know you need that region free player in the UK. A bit light on the extras and whatever, but sometimes it's just the way it is when a film's so old, like. Okay, so yeah, that's Arnold. So we look forward to watching that one, as always. This one I turned in a few times, but this is actually what I would go for. But this is what I was saying. You hear this one's rubbish, but in my mind, this would be the one I would pick off the shelf. So you need the word of mouth. It's called Mutant Hunt. And like I said, it looks wicked on the front. Like, you know what I mean? You've got this bloody guy, mutant guy, this good-looking, typical 80s woman with the big earrings and the curly hair. And yeah, and these gangsters with the bats on the street, like. They look just mysterious on the back as well, like, you know, you've got that robot Terminator type eye, and the rip-off Arnie's, the Arnie's from Wish there, look. So it's region locked again, seems to be a bit of a thing, because these are older ones, that's why. And I think the older ones, maybe they were a bit more thing, but then they realised they got such a global admiration, they're doing more multi-region. So anyway, with this one then, the first in a series of bonkers direct-to-video genre films directed by Tim Kincaid, who did Breeders and Robot Holocaust, for producer Charles Band's Empire Pictures. Oh, right. So it's Empire Pictures, like, so that can't be too bad, really. Well, it could be, I suppose. Mutant Hunt is set in a grimy neo-apocalypse vision of New York, where robots, mutants, and oppressive government control clash with new wave fashion and sci-fi infused action. All right then, so there we go. That's a Mutant Hunt. And then I think it's only one more pile because it's only a subscriber week, so, you know, it's not like the Black Friday one or the halfway. Although not bad, home one, it could be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 titles and some slip covers, so you can't run really. Oh, I don't know, this is where it's at really. This is the, maybe what you would call like the more expensive stuff or the better stuff. It still sells stuff, mine apart from 2 of them I think, but yeah, there's one bad boy I want to show you, even though everyone knows what it is, because everyone's already bought it and showed it off when I was on my jollies one night, so thing. But alright then, so first one then, like I said, I bought a couple of VSAs. This one, although I said I had given up on the Asian cinema, this one was running really low, so I grabbed it before I regret it. It's called Timeline, so it looks like an Asian backdraft, I suppose, which wouldn't really interest me in watching if someone just come up to me and said, oh, you should check this film out, it's an Asian backdraft. But you never know with Vinegar Syndrome, do you? Oh, it's a 4K. Oh god, I never knew that. 4K VSA. Have they done any of the 4K VSAs? God, I have to go and check my VSA line. I've got loads of them. I didn't think any of them were 4Ks. But anyway, happy days. Lifeline then. So this is a 4K VSA. Good stuff. So it was made in 1997, so not a bad time for movies, really, in my opinion. It's region locked, but it's 4K, so it's probably just the bonus stuff. This region locked, where it says, Lifeline, described by many as Hong Kong's answer to Backdraft, is masterfully directed by one of Hong Kong's most celebrity filmmakers, Johnny To, who done The Heroic Trio and PTU. Focusing heavily on the personal lives of the characters, the film succeeds by not only being a strong study of the hardships of firefighters, but by also delivering intense stunt-filled action sequences, culminating in a nearly 45-minute non-stop climatic fire sequence. Yeah, okay then, so I suppose if you just call it an action film, an Asian action film, it might take up my fancy a bit more than an Asian backdraft. So yeah, sounds alright anyway. So I love the VSAs, man. It feels so good, like it's real thick and like, you know, like you've got something to grab onto. Like making love to a fat woman. Alright then, so this is another VSA I bought. So this one, I don't know if I like the slip cover. No, it's pretty like weird. It's got like this girl's face. I don't know if they're all like little butterflies floating around or if it's just bits of ash. I'm not really sure. But then you've got this on the back. So this one, it looked a bit cheap. I gotta be fair, it's newer. I think it's something like Filipino, I think, or something. Let's have a look. So yeah, so it was made in 2000. Again, it's region locked. And yeah, it's directed by Notorious Cat 3 director Billy Tang, right? That's why I bought it. The guy who directed Dr. Lamb. And it says, this film sees Tang trading his usual sex and violence for style and tension, resulting in a more atmosphere-driven ghost story. Yeah, so it says starring a cast of young and upcoming Hong Kong actors. Seems alright, like. But like I said, I watched the trailer online of this one because I'm a bit thing with more modern films. I'll lap them up if they're made in the 60s, 70s and the 80s from Vinegar Syndrome, or the 90s. But when you start getting the 2000s, they do release some bollocks. So yeah, I had a little look into it. But yeah, it looks alright, man. So I'm definitely up for checking that one out. And then this one, I probably would have jumped at this one. You think I'm a right hypocrite because I said about buying, getting too much Asian stuff. But this is an Asian one as well. This is a VSA. This has got 3 films in, but I bought this because it was selling out. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was checking the stock and it was just going down and down and down and down. Then it got down to about 40. And I was like, God, I got to hit the button on this. So I paid full whack for it. It's called Iron Angels, and it's Iron Angels 1, 2 and 3. It's a VSA number 54. God, is it that many? I don't think I got that many. I got like 25 maybe. VSA 54. Here's the back. Really cool design. And yeah, so like I said, this has got 3 movies in. Oh, and it's got a booklet. That's why I felt really thick. Okay, so it's got a booklet in its landscape style. It's got whiting in there, so it's not just all pictures. So yeah, that's pretty cool then. These movies must be pretty popular then, I suppose, to get this deluxe treatment. So you've got 3 films. Iron Angels, aka Fighting Madam. Iron Angels 2, aka Fighting Madam 2. Iron Angels 3, aka Return of Iron Angels. Alright, so it says, in the world of Hong Kong action cinema, Teresa Wu doesn't have the same notoriety as many of the other big name directors. However, unbeknownst to many, she is responsible for bringing us one of the most exhilarating action franchises, the Iron Angels series, filled with bone-breaking brawls, bullet-ridden action set pieces. Vinegar Syndrome Archive proudly present this inexplicably overlooked trio of explosive martial art films for the first time on Blu-ray in the United States. So yeah, like, so 1987, 1988, 1989, so good continuity there with each sequel. 282 minutes in total for the entire lot, loads of special features. So yeah, that's called Iron Angels, and that's 1, 2 and 3. And then last but not least, anyone who's keeps up with Vinegar Syndrome and knows when to release it and whatever else knows this one got released, because I think half of the internet, especially our American buddies, were creaming their pants on this one. And it is, of course, Big Mac and Me. So yeah, so this is a VSU. It's their 13th one. I gotta be honest, I don't own every single one. I haven't got Southern Comfort and it's sold out. I was a bit stubborn with that one because I already owned it from Second Sight. I don't think the film's absolutely amazing or anything. There's the back. The artwork on this one is just absolutely sublime, but you've probably already seen it now a million times. So yeah, what was I waffling on about then? About Mac and Me. Like, so it's not really a great film. I watched it about 11, 12 years ago, because when I met my missus, like, and I asked her what sort of film she liked, a woman she used to watch when she was a kid, and she said this, so we sort of downloaded it and watched it. So but still, you know, 12 years ago is a long time. You still forget bits and bobs, don't you? So yeah, here we go then. So this is, because it's a VSU, it opens up with the magnetic band like that, and then you've got, like, inside is a bit like of like a kid's notebook or school book with like all stickers and all on. So that's pretty nice, the box. And then you've got the book then with the, I'm pretty sure this is the original artwork. That was the one that used to be on the VHS when we used to rent it when we were kids. Don't say you didn't. And yeah, you've got a book here. It's got plenty of narrative in it. It's not just all pictures or anything. And then you've got an amazing slipcover with another amazing design on. And then you've got the back with another amazing design on. Then you slide it out and it's the same design, but it might have a reversible 2-discer. It says Region A locked again. 4K is probably be alright, but if it's Blu-ray extras, you might be a bit screwed. So yeah, so it's got the old art. I'm gonna twist it because we've got the white one or the new one on the slip anyway, so there's no point having it twice. And yeah, this is the old one from the video days. I was a bit brighter in contrast now than what I used to be, but You know, happy days. Look at that. Absolute VHS stalwart. That is, like, anyone in the VHS days knew about Mac and Me. And people say it's an ET rip-off, and that's true. But what people don't often realise is that they're quite far apart, they're made. So this is like 1988, and it was ET about 81, so there's about 6 or 7 years between them. I know a lot of people say they used to watch Mac and Me more than ET, but I just think, that's me, I did. But I just think that's because I was born a bit later. I think if you maybe born a few years before, you might have watched ET more. But yeah, enough waffle again. That's Mac and Me. And that's a VSU, so that means that's an awesome set. Oh, that's what I was boffing on, a bit of VSUs. I didn't get Southern Comfort, then it sold out. And Beastmaster, I wasn't collecting at the time. I'd only just heard of Vinegar Syndrome, so I only got the standard slipcover release. I haven't got the big box, but I got all the others. Well, I haven't got Virtuosity and Golden Charge yet, but I'll get them on the next sale. They won't sell out, I'll keep an eye on them, and if they're going to sell out, I'll buy them at full price sooner. So that's that one there, so that's Mac and Me. I don't know if I can do the old... you know, put them in a pile so you can see all the spines, sort of thing. Should be able to. It might not be the right way around to see the Vinegar Syndrome woman on them all, but hey ho. There we are. So that's a nice little subscriber week haul from Vinegar Syndrome. Anyway, so I've been Bumber, coming up on the channel. I've got a few things coming up over the next week. I'm going to do the tag video that Mondo Chalavec put out there, my buddy John Perry. I watched him do it, and I watched Keith over at Euphoria Pictures do it. It's the 5 videos, well, the 5 films that remind you the most of the video store days. Although I'm getting fed up with myself calling it video store. We used to call it video shop. I got to stop saying store. So what we used to rent all the time in the video shop, top 5 films. I already know my 5 straight away. I can see the posters, I can see the covers, I can smell the boxes. And a couple of different video shops I would go round, I would traverse. So I'm going to pick a couple from each one, because there's films in each one that remind me of that video shop as well, not just the love of renting videos. It reminds me of going in there, you know what I mean, and heading straight forward, hoping it was in and it didn't have that little sticker in the top saying it was out. So yeah, happy days. Anyway, I've been bumping, and thanks for watching. I'm going to catch you on the next one.